The feeling of betrayal can be considered one of the most painful emotional experiences that people can face in their lifetime. The sting of betrayal, especially from a trusted confidant or loved one, can leave deep emotional scars, leading to a whirlwind of confusion, anger, and sadness. The pain and bewilderment of realizing that someone you held in high regard was working against you can be extremely hard to process. For most men, navigating through these complex emotions might be a daunting task. Unlike the typical alpha or beta males, Sigma males, a rare breed of men, tend to handle betrayal in their own unique way. They have developed certain mechanisms and strategies that assist them in coping with the emotional turmoil that arises from betrayal. This doesn't mean they are immune to the pain, but their approach towards healing and recovery often sets them apart from typical men. So, what are the ways that these enigmatic Sigma males overcome being betrayed? Well, in this video, I'll be discussing 7 ways that Sigma males handle betrayal. Number 1. They know when to cut losses. Unlike many people, Sigma males constantly analyze the dynamics of their relationships and discern when a particular relationship no longer serves their well-being. The unfortunate reality for many people dealing with betrayal is that they remain attached to those who have wronged them due to the sunk cost fallacy. This fallacy is a cognitive bias in which people continue an action or decision primarily because of the time and resources they've already invested, despite clear evidence that the decision may no longer be beneficial. Essentially, it's like saying, "I've already put so much into this, I can't give up now." This bias often keeps people trapped in unhealthy relationships long after they should have left. However, Sigma males do not fall prey to this pitfall. Even if they've spent years or decades in a relationship, if they've been betrayed, they are more than capable of severing ties instantly. Their decision-making is not influenced by the time or energy they've invested in the past, but instead by the potential harm or benefit the relationship poses for their future. Their wisdom lies in knowing that preserving their own mental and emotional health is ultimately more valuable than prolonging a detrimental relationship out of a sense of obligation or sunk costs. Number 2. They don't take it personally. Sigma males, renowned for their strong sense of self-worth and exceptional intelligence, have an unusual approach to dealing with betrayal. They do not take it personally. This perspective arises from their understanding that a large proportion of people in today's world are inherently self-interested and frequently act according to their own needs and desires, even if it means taking advantage of others. Betrayal, as painful as it is often not a reflection of the betrayed person's value, but rather an indicator of the betrayer's selfishness and lack of integrity. In many unhealthy relationships, manipulators and cheaters often attempt to shift the blame onto their victims, a form of psychological manipulation known as gaslighting. This process seeks to distort the victim's sense of reality, making them question their feelings, instincts, and sanity. However, Sigma males resist this toxic tactic effectively. Aware of their inherent worth, they do not fall prey to such attempts to distort their self-perception. They remain steadfast, recognizing that they are not at fault for the deceitful actions of others. They are vigilant against the manipulation tactics utilized by those who mean to cause harm, and stand firm in their self-respect and dignity. Number 3. They pick themselves up. A unique trait of Sigma males is their ability to stay resilient and rebound in the face of betrayal. Instead of wallowing in self-pity or dwelling on the pain, they dust themselves off, realign their focus, and forge ahead. A Sigma male doesn't let the venom of betrayal poison his spirit or hamper his progression in life. They are like emotional strongholds, fortified against the tides of personal trauma and heartache. Sigma males are characterized by an indomitable will and an inner strength that is truly remarkable. When it comes to their mental resilience, think of them as an emotional bank vault, impenetrable and secure. Even in the face of the most severe betrayals, they maintain their equilibrium, shielding their core self from being mentally broken. They navigate through the storm, weathering the harshest elements with unwavering grit and stoicism. Number 4. They act as if nothing ever happened. Sigma males are masters of emotional composure and self-control, particularly when they face the sting of betrayal. They possess an uncanny ability to carry on, as if nothing ever happened, projecting an aura of unaffected calmness. This behavior is not a mark of indifference or denial, but rather, it's a deliberate strategy. By showing that they remain unscathed and unmoved by the act of betrayal, they convey a powerful message to the betrayer, that they hold no emotional leverage or control over the Sigma's life. This outward display of unshakable composure and stoicism can often leave the betrayer bewildered, even regretful. It's as if they are seeing a mirage where they expected to find an oasis of emotional turmoil. The Sigma male's nonchalant demeanor sends a clear signal that the power dynamics are not as the betrayer assumed, casting a shadow of confusion over their perceived victory. Ultimately, it's a way of reaffirming their control and dominance, leaving the betrayer to grapple with the realization of their diminished influence. Number 5. They take time to assess and reevaluate their choices. Following an act of betrayal, Sigma males engage in a thoughtful process of reflection and introspection. Rather than rushing to seek revenge or immediately seeking comfort in the arms of another, they take a step back to critically analyze the circumstances that led to the betrayal. They dissect the relationship in retrospect, scrutinizing the dynamics, examining their own choices, and identifying any missed signs of deceit or red flags. Rather than seeing betrayal as a personal failure, they view it as a learning experience, an opportunity to grow and strengthen their judgment for future relationships. This assessment phase often involves periods of solitude, as Sigma males retreat into their own space to reflect. They dive deep into the sea of their thoughts, sifting through their emotions and experiences, and resurface with a clear understanding of what went wrong. This solitude allows them to recalibrate, to rebuild their mental and emotional resilience, and to formulate a strategic plan for moving forward. This introspective practice empowers them to emerge from the shadows of betrayal stronger, wiser, and more prepared for whatever life throws at them next. Number 6. They let time heal their emotional wounds. Sigma males, being in tune with the rhythms of life, are deeply aware of the fact that time is a great healer. They understand that the pain and turmoil triggered by deceit or betrayal in a relationship isn't something that can be magically erased overnight. The raw hurt, the bitter sting of betrayal, the waves of confusion, and self-doubt, they all have their own timeline and cannot be rushed. Sigma males do not shy away from acknowledging these emotions. Instead, they allow themselves to feel the pain, to traverse the rocky terrain of hurt and disappointment, because they understand that this is a part of the healing process. They are patient with themselves during these periods, knowing that just as physical wounds require time to mend, emotional wounds too need time to heal. They accept the reality of their pain, but they also know that with each passing day, the intensity of this pain diminishes. Gradually, the shadow of betrayal retreats, the emotional wounds start to heal, and Sigma males find themselves regaining their emotional equilibrium. They understand that it's a process, and that time, indeed, heals all wounds. Number 7. Instead of focusing on retaliation, they move on. When a Sigma male is cheated on or betrayed by someone close, they have the emotional strength to detach and look forward, rather than dwell in resentment or plot revenge. They know that acting on impulses, fueled by anger and hurt, can lead to irrational decisions that they might regret in the long run. Instead of being held hostage by such negative emotions, they decide to take the high road. They shift their focus to rebuilding their lives and nurturing their personal growth. They understand that their energy is a precious resource, and instead of expending it on plotting revenge, they channel it towards healing and moving on. Their logic is clear. Revenge might provide momentary satisfaction, but moving on gifts them a future free from the shackles of past betrayals. Sigma males know to their core that while they cannot control the actions of others, they can certainly control their reactions, And by choosing to focus on themselves and their future, they demonstrate their immense emotional maturity and wisdom. If you agree with the points I made in this video, let me know in the comments. For more videos on Sigma males, check out some other videos on this channel. Thank you for watching. For those looking to achieve greatness, like the video and subscribe for more. We upload multiple times per week. Click here to see 8 red flags Sigma males never ignore.